Hey miners, Mining King here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Neoxa Rust server. Is it safe? So, let's get right into it. Okay, guys, I have a very special guest with me today while we look at the Neoxa server, and we have with us Yeti, who has been on with Chump Change for the LHR scam, as well as the hobbyist miner for Meet the Miner. Thanks for coming out, Yeti.
Thanks for having me, King.
So I had Yeti come out today because we have been looking into the Neoxa server because there has been some people in the community that may think that were thinking that there may be something going in the background. Maybe they're mining or something like that, or maybe there's something malicious. There's all these things that people kind of stayed away from the server because so we used a program called Wireshark. So I'll let Yeti explain that a little bit more.
Sure. So we used Wireshark, which monitors your inbound and outbound traffic for everything basically going in and out over the network, whether it be from a connection to a time server or a game server. So the one thing that we wanted to make sure was that when you were connecting, it wasn't going off anywhere else or where it shouldn't be going. The good news is that obviously Neoxa publicly lists their game server IP, and I was able to confirm that the connection, the gameplay, all the traffic is to and from that server only.
So a lot of people initially were thinking some of these things because of the long load time, right? Because compared to a vanilla server, it's actually quite long to connect to their server. So I had him watching Wireshark while I had the game loading, as well as some gameplay like hitting rocks, chopping trees, running around, doing all the basic stuff in Rust, and having Yeti watch the in and outbound traffic during this time. Um, Yeti, you want to go into maybe a little bit more of what we found?
Yeah, I mean the results were quite interesting. I was expecting just as much traffic while you're playing the game and doing things in game as when it's loading. But what it looks like is just at the moment, the loading system is just really not optimized as hard as it could be. So we're seeing up to about a 50% increase on load times over the vanilla, which, if you think about it, that would be the normal loading time of Rust plus the interaction with their blockchain for syncing like your player data, how much you've earned, what you've mined, etc., etc. So I just think at the moment it's more refinement needed.
Okay. I mean, so during this time when I was playing and stuff like that, we didn't find anything malicious. All the traffic was going to where to their server like it should be. So, which is a relief for everybody, I think. There has been other reports though of some sound issues, and we are unsure of those sound issues. Um, I did ask this question to the developers in my live stream I did with Chump, so you guys can check that out up here. Um, do you want to go over maybe some of these sound issues that people have been encountering, Nitty, and maybe some of your thoughts of what it could be?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's quite a few varying problems of the sound as well, which leads me to think that there's something code wise that's probably triggering it. It ranges from dropping out USB ports to random audio crackles in the background with the background music. I suspect it's just probably the method of loading the files that are causing the crackling. However, the dropping of USBs is a weird one. Um, the only thing I could think of, but we couldn't confirm yet, is does Rust natively support game controllers? And if so, how does it poll to look for those game controllers when they're plugged in?
So, Yeti, do you have any other thoughts or comments about the Neoxa Rust server?
Sure. I mean, I'll like the brief process of what we tried to look at was not only just obviously the Wireshark networking, but it was, process trees and what KiiNG's computer was basically doing at the time it was running. So we deep dived quite hard into checking what this was doing, and so far so good. Apart from the obvious few bugs they've still got, and those sort of bugs come along with new games all the time, and new things new things being integrated. I just think that it's going to take a bit more time for them to get it right. So hopefully, with you know a slightly more refined white paper that gives a better understanding, I think there's still going to be questions to be asked.
Okay, guys. Well, there you have it. We deep dive the Rust Neoxa server, and I'm very grateful. Thank you so much, Yeti, for helping me with this project, man. Uh, couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Thanks for having me, King.
So make sure to stay tuned while we still kind of maybe troubleshoot this sound issue. I don't know how many people are affected by this, if maybe it's only a couple, but this is something that we are going to be looking at, in the future. So just remember, guys, this is the Money King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.